Hello students, let us start our discussion about self inductance. हम जानते हैं कि यदि हमारे पास एक कॉइल हो और उस कॉइल से यदि मैं कोई करंट सेटअप कर दूं, मान लेते हैं हमारे पास एक कॉइल है ये, और इस कॉइल से यदि मैं कोई करंट फ्लो करने का प्रयास करूं तो जैसे ही करंट इस कॉइल से होकर के फ्लो करने लगेगी, इस कॉइल से संबद्ध एक मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स जनरेट होने लगेगा, क्योंकि मैग्नेटिक फील्ड जनरेट होगी। और जैसे ही कॉइल की एरिया तो जो है वो कांस्टेंट है, मान लेते हैं इस कॉइल की जो रेडियस है वो r है, ठीक, और ये रेडियस आपकी कॉइल की रेडिया की रेडियस हो गई। तो जैसे ही करंट इसमें जनरेट होने लगेगी, करंट इसमें फ्लो होने लगेगी, तैसे ही इस कॉइल के अंदर एक मैग्नेटिक फील्ड डेवलप होने लगेगा। जैसे कि ये कॉइल एक सॉलिनॉइड की तरीके से बिहेव कर रहा है, तो जैसे ही करंट इसके थ्रू फ्लो करेगी, इसके अंदर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड डेवलप होने लगेगा। और चूंकि करंट शुरू में जीरो अमाउंट में फ्लो हो रही थी, और जैसे ही करंट जीरो से आगे बढ़ने का प्रयास करेगी, इस कॉइल के अंदर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड भी बढ़ने लगेगा। जब कोई करंट नहीं फ्लो कर रही थी तो अंदर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड का मान जीरो था, लेकिन जैसे ही करंट इसके थ्रू बढ़ना शुरू करेगी, इसके अंदर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड भी बढ़ना शुरू करेगा। और जैसे ही मैग्नेटिक फील्ड बढ़ना शुरू करेगा, इस कॉइल से जो लिंक्ड फ्लक्स होगा, जो जनरेट करेगा फ्लक्स, वो फ्लक्स बढ़ने लगेगा, क्योंकि मैग्नेटिक फील्ड बढ़ रहा। एरिया तो सेम है, एरिया नहीं बदल रही है, लेकिन मैग्नेटिक फील्ड बढ़ रही है, जिसके कारण इस कॉइल से लिंक्ड फ्लक्स का मान बढ़ने लगेगा, ठीक। और फ्लक्स आपको मैंने पढ़ाया, जब किसी कॉइल से हो करके फ्लो होने वाला मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स वेरी करता है तो उस कॉइल के अक्रॉस एक इंड्यूस्ड ईएमएफ जनरेट हो जाता है। तो मान लेते हैं किसी क्षण अगर कोई करंट आई गई तो इससे जो लिंक्ड फ्लक्स आया वो फाई है। तो हम जानते हैं जैसे जैसे करंट बढ़ने लगेगी, इससे लिंक्ड फ्लक्स बढ़ने लगेगा, अर्थात वी कैन राइट इट एज फाई प्रोपोर्शनल टू आई। एंड इफ वी remove this proportionality sign, then we get a particular constant at here that is known as self inductance of this coil. This is L. So phi equal to Li, where L is known as self inductance. About this self inductance we have discussed already in our topic inductance, in the category of the type of inductance, okay, self inductance and mutual inductance. So we have already discussed its unit and its property and its dependency. Now let us find out a particular equation for this L. How we can find out a particular equation, particular formula for this inductance? So for getting the formula for L, suppose that when the current I is set up through this coil, then the induced EMF will produce across this terminal of the coil, and this induced EMF will always opposes the increment in this current, because the induced EMF will always opposes the cause by which they produced. It means ये जो आपका इंड्यूस्ड ईएमएफ होगा, इंड्यूस्ड ईएमएफ हमेशा उस काज का विरोध करेगा जिसके कारण वो स्वयं प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है। तो चूंकि ये जो इंड्यूस्ड ईएमएफ आएगा वो इस कॉइल के थ्रू फ्लो होने वाली करंट में इंक्रीमेंट के कारण आएगा। यदि इस कॉइल के थ्रू फ्लो होने वाली करंट बढ़ करके कांस्टेंट हो जाए, स्टडी हो जाए, इट मीन्स इफ देयर इज नो चेंज in the current flowing through the coil, then there is no induced EMF across the terminal of the coil. But until the value of this current will change, because initially the value of this current is 0 and after some time the value of this current will reach its maximum value, that is I. So between this time period there is a continuous change in the current. So during this changing of current there will be a induced EMF produced across this terminal of the coil. So due to the variation in the current there will be also variation in the flux. So if the current is varying with respect to time, then we can also write it as d phi by dt is equal to L di by dt. Okay, so as we know that E can be defined as the minus of N, that is total number of turn, d phi b by dt, and we well know phi is the flux linkage with one coil, so total flux will be equal to N d phi by dt, because here is the total flux. If the total number of turn is N, then the total flux, that is N phi, will proportional to I, so we can write it as N phi is equal to Li. So N d phi by dt is equal to L di by dt. So from here, as we know that E is equal to minus N d phi by dt, so E is equal to what? If we put the value of this is equal to this, so this becomes minus L di by dt. So this is the formula for the induced EMF which will generated across the terminals of the coil. Now, if you want to find out the equation for this L, then we have to write out the value of this N and phi. Now, as we know that N is equal to what? Suppose that if we take the total length of the coil is L and total number of turn in per unit length is small n, so N can be written as N into L. N is the number of turn per unit length, and L is the length of the coil, so N can be expressed as NL. Now, and phi, what will be the value of the phi? Now as we know that phi can be expressed as the product of B dot A, so this can be expressed as B, that is magnetic field inside this, dot area of the coil. So if at any instant of time, if there is a current flowing through the conductor is found as I, then the magnetic field inside this solenoid will be equal to mu 0 Ni. This will be equal to mu 0 Ni when we left the condition of the as effect of this area of the coil is A, that is pi r square, where r is the radius of this coil, so this area can be expressed as pi r square. So what will be the value of this phi? Phi can be expressed as mu 0 n I dot pi r square. Okay, so from here what will be the value of n phi? Because in this equation there is n phi, so what will be the value of n phi? N phi becomes NL dot mu 0 n I pi r square. It means mu 0 n square L pi r square I. Okay, so if we consider this is as the equation number 1, this one is as equation number 2, then if we consider it as equation number 3, then from first and third we are saying that the LHS of both equation are same. So the RHS will also be same. So Li from first and third, Li is equal to mu 0 n square L pi r square I. So I will be cancelled as it found in both side of the equation. So this I will cancel by this I. So we have found a formula for the L, which is equal to mu 0 n square L dot pi r square. Okay. Now pi r square, that is the cross sectional area of the coil, and L, that is the length of the coil. So if we multiply the area to the length, then we get volume of the coil. So we can write it as L is equal to mu 0 n square V. Okay, so this is the formula for the self-inductance. Now from here we can express it as the self-inductance of a coil is directly proportional to the square of the per unit turn, number of turn per unit length. The self-inductance of a coil depends on the square of the number of turn per unit length and the volume of the coil. It means if we increases the volume of the coil, then self-inductance of the coil increases, and also if we increase the number of turn per unit length, then the inductance of the coil increases as the square of the number of turn. Okay, so this is a basic concept, and this provides us an particular concept about the inductance of a coil. With the help of this coil, we can say that the self-inductance of any coil does not depend on the potential applied across the terminal of the coil, also does not depend on the linked flux through the coil, also does not depend on the current flowing through the coil. It only depends on the physical condition of the coil. Physical condition means the number of turn per unit length, volume of the coil. Okay, so this is all about the total self-inductance. Now you can solve different problems related to the self-inductance. Tomorrow we will discuss about the mutual inductance. Okay, till now, take care. Thank you.